Today's question is, the legal concept that real estate contracts must be in writing is known as. Now this comes from our contracts section. First thing we need to know is contracts can come in two forms. We've got express contracts and we've got implied contracts. Anytime you see the word expressed, you just think words. Anytime you think implied, you think actions. So for example, when I go to a restaurant and I sit down and I order my meal, I've entered into an implied contract. Based on my actions, I'm pretty much implying that I'm going to pay for it when the bill comes, right? That would be an example of an implied contract. Expressed is a contract that is words, that has words in it. And so there's two ways we can look at express contracts. Number one is oral, and number two is written. An oral contract would be a handshake deal. You and I handshake, I agree that you're going to come mow my lawn and we do a handshake and I'm going to pay you money on top of it, right? So that's an expressed contract. We agreed to it in words. Leases can be enforceable in court. Oral leases can be enforceable in court. But the problem that you have with oral contracts, obviously, is you got to have a witness. It always turns into a he said, she said, and could be a little bit of a problem. In all cases, it's probably a good idea to write them down, but that leads us to our question. Written contracts for the sale of real estate have to be in writing. So when you're selling property, the contract between buyer and seller has to be in writing, and that is known as the Statute of Frauds. And so the legal concept that real estate contracts must be in writing, that's known as the Statute of Frauds. Sometimes you'll see it as conforming to the Statute of Frauds.